Before I start the video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Okay, let's start. Aki and Kishibe, watching the aftermath of the altercation from last night. According to a Soviet urban legend, a USSR military branch abducted orphan children and trained them as soldiers while also using them as test subjects. Kishibe tells Aki about this. Reze was one of those children, according to Kishibe, who describes them as guinea pigs and explains that the story was verified as being real after an American journalist discovered it. A nearby railway station is where an undercover Reze moves as she prepares to flee. While on her journey, she gives money to the same charity booth that Denji did and is given a flower of the same species. Reze, on the other hand, decides not to board the train when she arrives at the station and instead moves toward the cafe Denji said she would be at. She smiles eagerly as she passes through an alleyway in its direction. Suddenly, though, a pack of mice dashed by her feet. A voice is heard from within the enormous pillar that has formed in front of her as it slides away to reveal Makima. She makes a reference to the talk that Reze and Denji had a few nights earlier when she says that she prefers the rural mouse. Makima explains that she enjoys hunting for and killing country mice, which she claims gives her peace of mind. This is the real reason she likes them. Reze tries to remove the pin from her neck, but her arm is immediately destroyed. She rushes to try to stab Makima in the back after taking out a dagger she had hidden with her remaining arm, but is stabbed by a spear angel devil threw from a rooftop. Reze tries to remove the pin from her neck as she slowly bleeds out, but Makima grabs her hand and stops her. Reze thinks of Denji as she observes the cafe, reflecting on the fact that she didn't murder him on their first date because she had never attended school and shared his enthusiasm. After giving Reze's dead body some thought, Makima informs Angel Devil that he was intended to bring Aki along as well, but she adds that it was wonderful to leave him behind because he wouldn't have reacted well to having a woman put to death. Angel Devil nods in agreement before asking a mouse if the city is a pleasant place to live. Denji is dejectedly sitting inside the cafe while holding a bunch of flowers. Speaking to him, the owner assures him that another girl would eventually appear who is ideal for him. He says this as Power enters through the open door. She yells that after being permitted to return to work, she tracked Denji's scent to the cafe. As Power takes a seat next to him, Denji lets out a quiet, discouraged sigh. Denji smiles as he swiftly shoves the flowers into his mouth as Power, who assumed the bouquet Denji was carrying was for her, demands that he give her the flowers. Another nightmare Denji experiences has him standing in front of the door and hearing Pachida tell him never to open it. At breakfast the following morning, Denji laments Power's recent declaration of Meowie's love for him. Denji ignores her while reflecting on how Reze's coffee makes him think of Aki and how she honestly and permanently crushed his heart. However, when Makima later extends an open invitation for them all to join her on a paid vacation, Denji jumps with pleasure, and his attitude entirely changes. Aki and Denji concur without hesitation, while Power struggles to think of an explanation. A horde of devil hunters storms into the room as they talk about the trip's date. After consulting Makima, she presents the group with a news clip of the battle with Reze and explains that the Bureau failed to control the broadcast, resulting in the Chainsaw Man's presence being made public. Power and Denji dismiss this and continue talking about their trip when Makima interrupts them and reveals that the vacation was a lie to cover up their absence and that they were actually placed under protection to prevent assassination by foreign threats. When Denji discovers he will be confined and contained for a while, he reacts horrified. Aki is asked to help defend Denji before Makima informs him of their plans to seek the Gun Devil in the upcoming year and issues an order for him to avoid passing away before then. Aki recalls his talk with Angel Devil, who explained the characteristics of devils. When a devil dies, they are reborn within hell, Aki recalls. They return to Earth after passing away there, having forgotten all about hell. Then, he shares a secret that he requests to never be repeated. All devils remember only one sound from just before they pass away in hell, the sound of Denji's chainsaw. 3 part-time devil hunters in America are sitting and discussing their new job, which is to kill Denji and bring his body back to the US in payment for $2 million. Although, the youngest guy, shows anxiety of passing away, but the other two calm him down by reassuring him that the three of them, all brothers, survived the gun demon's assault. The commander, Sato, calls herself immortal as they get ready to go to Japan. A woman and a young man named Tolka go fox hunting in a woodland. The woman asks the man if he felt like he had killed the fox as he was shooting it, and he replies that he did not. She asks again while he skins the animal, but each time he declines. She asks again while he prepares and serves it, and he again rejects it. The woman goes on to say that they will travel to Japan and do the same procedure on Denji, a 16-year-old kid. In an effort to secure the woman's retirement due to her short life expectancy, the male, who addresses her as Master, agrees. In the meantime, Chuanxi and her harem of fiends are engaged in an orgy in China. As they are finishing up, a man asks her to accept the task of catching Denji. She is allowed to request any want as payment. She wants fundamental human rights and an education for them after consulting her harem. At the same time, Makima talks to Kishibe about Chuanxi and her harem, expressing worry over their prowess. As they converse, Makima says that the assassin Santa Claus from Germany is the biggest worry. Even though it is believed that he passed away from old age, Kishibe admits that his powers could probably outclass them, thus the two remain wary. A government agent approaches an elderly guy sitting on a bench somewhere else in Germany and tells him about the mission to find Denji. The man demands 4 children in exchange, 3 for devil contracts and 1 for pleasure. Denji is lying in his bed watching television while lamenting the reasons his heart is so coveted and the trip was cancelled. When Aki notices his unhappiness, she cuddles up next to him and comforts him, explaining that the trip was only postponed, not cancelled, and that if they can harm their enemies, the threats would withdraw and Denji will be free to resume his normal life. After giving it some thought, Denji vows to kill every adversary so he can go on vacation.